Here's a chance, back post, spectacular! Nick Fitzgerald. Ingham bending it and in, just like that from the corner routine. Perth find a way back into the contest. Chest down, Burgess, what a goal again! Western United turning on the style.
Max Burgess, that's a wonderful strike.
Welcome to Cogra for what could be another history-making night for Sydney FC, who are poised to claim a record fourth Premier's plate if they can claim at least a point tonight against the Newcastle Jets, who of course played in that final game in Australian sport before lockdown back on March 23. Donovan can't get into the game as yet on his milestone night. Made that switch back to Newcastle after being with Brisbane under Robbie Fowler. Johan now to the byline, across the face, and Sydney FC take the lead. Casera sliding in with Miller. Not sure who got the final touch, but the Premiers elect take the lead 24 minutes in.
Well, such is the quality of the cross. Two players sliding in, the defender and Caceres. Don't know who came off last, but such was the quality of his ball in.
The baby tribute celebration, married to a footballer.
Super ball just a little bit too far, because normally O'Donovan's going to strike that if he can.
Now O'Donovan's in behind for the equaliser. Great save, Andrew Redmayne, with the outstretched left leg. Denies the Irishman the equaliser after a beautiful through ball again. Beanie between the lines. Miller across the face. Back in second time around, no one there for Newcastle. Sloppy by Barbarousis. O'Donovan played in, back off the post. Can you believe that Newcastle just cannot buy a goal tonight? It was brilliant play by Topol Stanley to provide the chance.
Yeah, the mistake from Sydney, and they pounced, and O'Donovan, he's so unlucky.
Newcastle swiftly on the counter. Miller in behind. Beautiful pass again from a beanie, but Alex Wilkinson keeps on chopping out those balls in. Here's a chance, back post, spectacular! Nick Fitzgerald, what a finish at the back post, and if ever a team deserved an equaliser, it is the Newcastle Jets.
Oh, super finish from Nick Fitzgerald. Great technique. Redmayne can only look on. There's no way he was going to stop that. And a clever ball. The first ball where Beanie plays in, Miller goes near post. Sydney don't deal with it. They don't clear it properly. Here it just pushes it back into space. They don't close him down quick enough either. And that's a terrific ball. Just sits it up to the back post. And what about that?
Mr. Petratos making some runs, but Ledley holds on. Patience on display from the Jets. Topol Stanley, though, pulls the trigger. Bounces away from Costa. On the edge of the area, Costa, Petratos, wow! Newcastle take the lead. 90 minutes done and their season is alive. And Sydney FC will not be lifting the Premier's plate the way things stands tonight.
Well, he looked like he had nowhere to go.
Sydney FC have to find something right now. Charged down by the head of Miller. Cries for handball. Not heeded, and nor should it have been. Still we go on for King to deliver, and Italiano can claim, and the full-time whistle is imminent. What a result from the Newcastle Jets. They turn things around at Cogra and play party poopers, deny Sydney FC the chance to lift silverware here this evening, and they keep their season alive. Costa Petratos, with his maiden A-League goal, wins it in the 90th minute. Two teams used to facing off in the distance derby meet on middle ground at beautiful Bankwest Stadium as both clubs settle into hub life in New South Wales. It's two top six teams head-to-head against the Knicks. Scored in his past 6 games against them. Here he is again, looking to turn provider, sliding Ingham in, and De Beer read that brilliantly to keep it away from Popovic in the middle. Oh, what about that from Hooper? Quite stunning back heel.
Well, Hooper using his body just brilliantly to bounce off and give the space, but then the nonchalant, gives it the Zika at the back door. A personal challenge to add to everything else that they've had to deal with at the moment. in these circumstances, the players.
McCowett lifts one over the top, and Hooper is interested. Can he get goal side of Grant? He can. Gary Hooper scores, and Wellington in a flash take the lead. A foot race between two players not noted for their speed. Hooper one out, latched onto the long ball, and the Knicks are on top.
Well, it's a turnover, and it's McCowett who's been outstanding. Really caught the eye, who wins the ball, and then over the top.
Fornaroli, neat skill, trickery, and the shot is palmed aside by Marinovic. A metre or so either side. Breaks the way of the Mexican maestro. Oh, ball wins the penalty. Naive defending from the halftime substitute, Jacob Tradd, who has no complaints towards the referee. How well did Ball earn that? He's a perfect 4 from 4 from the spot this season, but Liam Reddy keen to make amends for Tradd. Can't keep it out of the bottom corner, and Ulysses Davila, a halftime substitute, has scored within 3 minutes of coming on for Gary Hooper. Perth are in a hole, Wellington are in control, they're 2-0 up. Kenny bends it away towards that penalty spot, kept out by Marinovic. Marinovic took a risk, didn't he, with that goalkeeping mark, Bosnich. Benton was making a run in behind. De Vere, Kakachi. Oh, how clever is that? Aware that the ball would stay in for his teammate. So Nick D'Agostino, who his fitness and his work on that front during lockdown was given a bit of a lashing by Tony Popovic. It's a chance to make a difference in the final half hour. Ingham bending it in, just like that from the corner routine. Perth find a way back into the contest, and Dane Ingham is a goal scorer in back-to-back games. The New Zealand international against the Knicks.
Breathes life into this match for them. And Wellington were just looking so comfortable.
Oh, Devlin took a risk. Here come Perth, a chance to equalise. Fornaroli showed too much of it to Marinovic with the trademark finish. Fornaroli, teammates and options. Bruno Fornaroli took it upon himself, and they got a leg in the road, the Knicks, to deflect it out for a corner. Fires it into De Vere again. Trapped, can he tease one? He can. Marinovic should claim and does. Grant appeals for a penalty after a coming together. Final 10 seconds of the 4 minutes, and they get a corner out of that. Well played, Josh Sotirio. And we're at the referee's discretion now. I think they've done it. The Wellington Phoenix, how crucial will this win be in the final washer in about a month's time? Ulysses Davila scores what proves the winner from the penalty spot past Liam Reddy. But boy, did they hang on after Perth came surging.
For as long as the A-League has existed, these two have despised each other. Both the Central Coast of New South Wales and Newcastle think it has the better beaches, the better lifestyle and a more successful football club. And for the 50th time, the Mariners and Jets are about to go at it again. De Silva hasn't been on the ball for a while. Gives you an indication of the progression of play the last 5 minutes. Stensness, I'd call it a loose touch, but it wasn't even a touch. It went under the boot. Bernie Abini, 1-on-1, 2-on-1. He has a go. Stings the palms of Mark Birighitti. They're hanging on still.
He's such an impressive athlete when he gets ahead of steam.
So Alan Stajic has seen enough from his left-sided defensive midfielder Jacob Melling, where Bernie Abini, this is the area where Bernie Abini and Matt Miller have had so much space to operate and pretty much do what they want, playing 2-on-2 with all the momentum going forward. So Nisbet is out there now with explicit instruction perhaps from Alan Stajic to look after that area of the pitch, even though he started here on this right-hand side. He'll partner Stensness in the middle of the park.
Well, if it's no injury to Jacob Melling, to make a sub 3 minutes from half-time is a statement in itself.
It's a fair old custard pie. Is Silvera, silky on the ball, has a shot, hits Italiano. Wasn't so much of a save, but he was in the right position, the Jets goalkeeper. Clisby, in-swinger. Trouble for Italiano, more trouble, no. Over from Juric. the biggest chance so far for the Mariners. Italiano stayed down. Just caught a knock there, but
that's a wicked corner.
a little touch there from Kai Rolls. You can't quite believe he hasn't got his second goal of the season. Yeah, Jason Hoffman's starting position down this right-hand side isn't as advanced as Matt Miller's, just in a natural sense. Although he's drifted onto the last line here, and Bogart's had a look and trying to find him with a big diagonal ball. He's used his body well there, Hoffman. Play on. Straight inside. That's how to cross, and that's a great save from Mark Berighitti, because Costa Petrados thought he had his second goal in 2 games.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of Costa Petrados, really. But he's done well there. Fortunately for him, Birighitti's done even better.
And that'll do it. Stalemate in the derby. The 50th F3 derby ends in a draw. The Mariners, their losing streak is over, finally. Contenders or pretenders, last start winners Wellington and Adelaide kickstart a Saturday doubleheader from the A-League in Sydney. Great night for football. It's damp but ideal conditions, cool in Sydney's west. Looking forward to this one. 2 sides in the top 6. Halloran. Morg does well. Saw that Piscopo was coming, protected the ball. To Brook, who tried to send it down an avenue that shut pretty quickly. Sotirio, same goes for him. Turns over, and now Stephen Morg has a choice to make. Doesn't quite come up with the right one, but Ryan Strain's there, and that is a header, and that is a fantastic save from Marinovic off Opseth, who thought he had his second goal in 2 games.
Well, the more direct option to goal from Davila was out on the left with Josh Sotirio. He was in miles of space. Adelaide completely caught off balance in the transition.
Speaking of foot races, this is a good one. Sotirio and Halloran. Kakache coming across to help out. Opseth gets the header he wants and gets the goal that Adelaide craved for the 2nd game in a row. Christian Opseth off his head into the lead. The Reds go. There's Brook. Marinovic. It's close. Dangerous run at the end there from Jordan Elsey, but Wellington can break again. Just take their time with this one. Coward flicking it inside to Piscopo. That's a good ball. Sotirio's onside here. He's one-on-one with Paul Izzo. What can he come up with? He tries the chip. He's got a second chance, and he gets the goal and the equaliser for Wellington Phoenix. Second bite of the cherry for Josh Sotirio. Elliott finds Wayne. All brought down, bringing Kakache into play. And for the first time, advancing into the final third. That's a better ball. Rufer. Bit of head tennis out to Piscopo. One-on-one with Toure, who gives away a penalty. The second time in a minute, gets his timing wrong. Oh, dribbles it into Izzo, who guessed right. There was no power behind it. And Izzo has a magnificent 6 saves from the spot. And that'll do us. The Knicks miss a pen. They draw the game, and that means Sydney FC are premiers for this season. Finally have it confirmed. Mathematical impossibility for them to lose it. So congratulations once more to Sydney FC. Another trophy confirmed for that football club. Well done to Paul Izzo for saving that penalty.
Well, the A-League's 3 Victorian teams emerged from their 14-day quarantine period in Sydney at midday today, and 2 of those sides are straight into action as the Victory face Western United in a Melbourne derby at Bankwest Stadium. Diamanti. Payne. Burgess. Neat variation. Uzcock! What a goal from Western United! An elaborate corner routine, and it's the young man Tommy Uzcock who invented a finish for his first A-League goal. And when you had 4.5 months off, you can work on a few things. Receives here from Traore. Not quite the angle or weight on that pass back inside. Now Diamanti drops the shoulder. Basher content to take a yellow card with the cynical stuff. Somewhat surprisingly, it's only his 4th booking of the season.
I was interested if this was left to run the sprint race between Diamanti and Basher. I think Basher thought, nah, I'm not going to catch him.
Both very familiar with one another's game. 200 Serie A games for Diamanti, 50 for Basher. Chest down. Burgess, what a goal again! Western United turning on the style. And Max Burgess, he couldn't score in the A-League for a long, long time. Now he's got 5 in 3.
Oh, it's a terrific setup from Connor Payne, and he comes in late. Max Burgess is not picked up, and wow, he didn't ask any questions. He didn't think about this. He's just put his boot right through it.
Rojas lifts it in, and the header will float in, and out of nowhere, Western United opened up. How clever was that? Rojas and Rue knew what was on. The Kiwi combination pulls one back and it's game on again.
There he goes, and he gets a glancing header. It's a super header. Always going to score when he glances that like that, attacks the ball.
Western United, in their first season, have done the sweep over the Melbourne Victory. Mark Rudan is thinking finals in season 1 with the new club. And that's a big 3 points. Max Burgess may well get the 3 votes as well. Monday night football coming your way from Gosford as the Central Coast play their final home game of the season against the Western Sydney Wanderers. Some Mariners fans have braved wintry, wet conditions here. Chris Beef, the man in charge tonight. Lovely little nutmeg from Nikolai Muller. Not too many options. Waits for Tate Russell to bomb on down that right-hand side. And Tate Russell tries to blast it in. Birighitti got a little fingertip on that one to tip it over. Another super save.
That was a fantastic save. 3rd time in the space of about 5 minutes down. Western Sydney Wanderers right, Mariners left, and we spoke about that. They're overloading this left side.
Stensness can turn. Silvera. Juric capable of hitting them from here and onto the crossbar via the deflection. It's out for a corner. Prendergast tried to react in time, but it's his woodwork that saves him.
Such a danger when he plays. Every time when I come up here and I see him on the bench, I just think to myself, why?
Tommy Orr whips it back post. Great delivery. Matt Simon. Juric! The Mariners on top! Brilliant football from the Central Coast. They take the lead in their final home game of the season. Going to be a special night to say farewell in 2020.
They take the lead, and deservedly so. Wonderful play. Very, very simple. Great cross in here from Tommy Orr. Matty Simon cuts it back and tapped in by that man, Juric.
Lovely pass slid along the deck for Duke. And he changes the point of attack. Tate Russell. Wanderers should be able to keep it in. With their captain, Duke, back into the area. Kwame Yeboah on the turn. One Mariner slipped. Duke can have another go. Cox, equaliser. The Wanderers level things up again. That combination between Duke and Simon Cox. At your service, says the Englishman to those Wanderers fans on the far side. And the Mariners fans throw their heads back in frustration. No win in their final home game of the campaign, but another point earned and a point scrapped by the Wanderers as well. They want to win games, but in the end, a point keeps them in the mix for a spot in the finals this season.